Welcome to an all-new Blitz. I'm Brian Carter here at Habersham Central High School with Lady Raiders volleyball coach Lindsay Herrin. Lindsay, one of my favorite ones to have on the show. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Brian.
Now, you just finished up a season, 17-21, 2 years in a row. That's been your exact same record, I believe. But now you've been at this 5 years now as head coach of this volleyball program. What's it been like in your 5 years here?
It's always I treat it as a true blessing. It's a privilege to get to work with these girls every day. It's my passion. It's my heart. It's what I love. It's definitely been up and down, been a roller coaster ride, especially getting switched around. Yeah. We've been in 3 different regions in 5 years. So it's kind of hard to build consistency in your program when you aren't really sure what you're going to expect what to expect every other year.
Well, one thing we always know we can look forward to is seeing your girls go out there and compete, and you do a great job at that. But how would you assess this season in particular? Again, 2 years in a row, right under 500, but again, your girls go out there and compete night in, night out. I'm sure you hope for better numbers than that, though, but talk about what the season's been like for you.
Well, this season's been a little different, especially we knew more of what to expect as far as region play was concerned since this was our second year in 6A. And, it's tough when you go against teams that are consistently in the Final Four in the state tournament in the largest classification in the state of Georgia. But I think that's going to make us better coming into what we hope to be a more competitive classification in the next couple years with some opponents that we play anyway. They're just no longer region opponents for us. But, it's like I told the girls, sometimes the numbers really don't show what we were able to accomplish. We played a couple of play dates, and one of them in particular at Athens Academy, every match that we played was competitive. We got to play teams like GAC and teams that we normally wouldn't get a chance to play. And although we didn't win a match that day, we came home better.
Now, you mentioned that you have had that chance now since you've been in, not just in a new region, but also in class of 6A. You've had a chance to kind of look at how you play against this competition at this level. What are some of those adjustments you feel like the team has had to make over the last couple of years?
I continually preach to them we have to do the little things correctly. Every team that we play is very fundamentally sound. They have girls that play volleyball year-round. They play on the same club team together year-round, and we just don't have that. It has become more of a common thing for our girls to play club ball in the off-season, but as far as our whole entire team staying together, we don't have that luxury. So we really have to put a lot of work in the off-season. They have to be committed to that, and we've got to we focus daily on fundamentals and honestly just the relationship we have with each other. If we can communicate effectively and we all are working towards the same goal, the rest of the stuff will fall into place.
Now, if you could have a mulligan for any part of the season, because, again, you go 17-21 is still a solid year, but what are the areas that you feel your team needs to improve moving forward?
We've got to be able to be consistent. We had way too many nights where we would have either a strong start and not be able to finish, or we would dig ourselves a hole too early on, and by the time we decided to fight back, it was too late. So if we can ever get that part, which in my opinion and my experience is completely mentally related, it's all about that mental toughness. If we can get that to be consistent, our physical ability and our ability to play together will definitely be a benefit to us.
Now, I know you have a bright future because, if I'm understanding this correctly, you'll have 7 seniors next year. I know you're losing 4 this go-around, but you have a really solid junior class right now, led by Lainey Gosnell and Natalie Thompson. Talk about what those 2 girls bring to the table and just what your expectations are for next year.
We do. We have 7 seniors right now. Our team this year was composed of, or 7 juniors, I'm sorry. Our team was composed of 4 seniors, 7 juniors, and 2 sophomores. So when you look ahead, which we constantly do, Coach Rowland and I, Megan Rowland, we are constantly looking ahead to the future and what we've got coming behind us. That's part of building that program. And, Lainey and Natalie were both big leaders for us this year. there's something about their presence on the court when they're in the match, and it's like when they're not, things sometimes seem to go south. Whether that's fair or not to them, that's the way it is. And we depend on them for their play, for their communication ability, and just their overall leadership.
And I know for you, your expectations going into every year is going to be making the state playoffs. I don't know any team here at Habersham Central that doesn't have that goal going in. Realistically, when you look at the region and potentially what it will be, how close do you feel like this group of girls is to making it back after a 2-year hiatus?
I'm telling you, it gives me chills right now just hearing, just talking about it with you, because I believe wholeheartedly that if our classification plays out the way we're expecting it to, not only could we make a run for the state tournament and get that bid, I really do think we could make it into some deeper rounds.
Awesome.
I do.
Awesome. Last question for you, and then I'll let you go. But talk about, you got the feeder programs, and areas around this area, volleyball programs struggle sometimes getting the girls in early and getting them that experience. So by the time they get to high school, they have that real volleyball experience before they get out on the court. Talk about how successful the Habersham program has been getting these girls while they're young.
Well, I'll tell you, when I started coaching volleyball, it was myself, John Hood, and then Jennifer Elsie Westbrook. And the first year that the three of us coached together, there wasn't a middle school program. There never had been. And Coach Hood said, I really think that's what we need to get this program going. The talent's there, especially if you focus on North Georgia. We have that talent. And so it was his idea to start it up. The three of us did it together, and Christy Keefe has been with us since the beginning. Scott Moat was there for that foundation as well, and we brought in somebody new this year. We have Christy Hill as the assistant middle school coach, but they do a great job of preparing those girls, and the interest that we've seen has just skyrocketed in the past 5 or 6 years especially. And, we like to do things with them too. We had a middle school night this year for the first time where we recognized them and fed them some pizza and that kind of stuff. And they got to come down on the court after we won at home, which was awesome. So, we like to keep them involved too, and we really do feel like it's a family ordeal. It's a family thing. So if we can get them involved early on and keep them involved and keep these large numbers of seniors like we're going to have the next couple of years, we really have a chance to show what our program can do.
I'm really looking forward to you doing some big things with this program. I'm excited as well for next year. I know you got a lot of talent coming back.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, if you want to, you can check out our interview with Natalie Thompson of the Lady Raiders also here on Blitz.
The most versatile cooking device ever. Is it a grill, an oven, or a smoker? Yes, it's the Big Green Egg, and you can get yours now at Bob and Ted's Trophy in Clarksville, an authorized gold certified dealer. The Big Green Egg stands alone as the most versatile barbecue or outdoor cooking product on the market, with more capabilities than all other conventional cookers combined. From appetizers to entrees to desserts, the Big Green Egg will exceed all of your expectations for culinary perfection. Bob and Ted's offers 6 convenient sizes to choose from, and all the egg accessories you'll ever need. Whether novice or expert, come see why the Big Green Egg is the only outdoor cooker you will ever need.